stream. Hey, folks! There we go. I knew it was coming. I was just about to comment there was no dicks, and it's happened.
Dicks.
Hello.
I mean, I feel it says it all if you've got a comment when there's no dicks, but like, if you just got to have dicks in your life.
It's not so much that I have to have them, it's that at this point I'm surprised when they're not around. Like,
specifically when there's no dicks coming.
So you're saying there's none around right now? Because I mean, I have one around me right now.
I mean, yes, but not as many as Mike seems to enter into the conversation every time we do these D&D streams.
Yeah, but you know what he's like.
Yeah, like at least 4 or 5.
That's fair.
At least 4 or 5.
Speaking of 4, we are all level 4 now.
Yes, you are. They all leveled at the end of last session. Speaking of which, last time in Out of the Abyss, the party, after spending the night in camp with a stranger who offered them some new information, Striss, the very strange troglodyte, the group parted ways with her the following morning and set forth carrying on
I gave her sunglasses because...
Their journey took them through a very chilly part of the Underdark, unfortunately, and eventually led them to what was called the Crystal Cavern. This cavern was a ice-covered cave in which, in the center of which, was a giant ice-like crystal that reached from ground to ceiling. About 60 foot high.
Try to find the page.
As the party entered, actually, I can put them on the page. As the party entered, they noticed that beneath the ice floor,
hey Gabriel, how's it going?
A very strange sight. It seemed many denizens of the Underdark had come to this room and fallen beneath the ice. Dwagar, drow, other subterranean creatures, even a stone giant was beneath the floor. The only parts of any of them sticking out being 3 of the stone giant's fingers as he reached up above his head to try and grasp for freedom. However, now all of these look to be lifeless, although frozen in stasis, almost like the ice having preserved the bodies, as they all simply stand beneath the floor of the room. As more notable, however, was the
all right, finally done with work for the week.
That the party
time some D&D.
Were ambushed by the mercenary drow, who never actually introduced himself, and I've just been calling Drow Spider. Because
well, we could just call him a cowardly little bitch because that's what he is. Let's just be honest here.
The mercenary who had attacked them with the spiders previously,
I know, right? Beanie without beanie.
Now attacks them with 4 drow allies, all who which attempted to poison the party with their crossbow bolts. Only one person was felled by this poison, however, as Turvey took a very well aimed crossbow bolt to the eye from the mercenary himself. But beyond this, the party was Skavolt was able to save Turvey without causing damage to his eye. The rest of the party was able to chase off the drow, killing 3 of the 4 minions in the process, and seeing the mercenary and one of the minions run away and casting a spell to cover their retreat. Now,
running away like the cowards they are.
As we rejoin the party, the drow literally just disappeared into the darkness, and you've been left on your own in this room near the crystal. That actually, the drow didn't seem to want you to get near,
or even to touch at all. In fact, they were giving their lives for us not to touch it.
It did seem so, although in the end they ran away despite that.
Can I get on the map with words?
Sorry, I meant to force you guys to it. Boop.
There you go.
It is the grasslands.
It is the grasslands, which is weird. Cause it's not
I was looking through all the different maps, going, wait, which one is it? No, it's not this one. No, it's not this one. God damn it! Grasslands, the bit without any grass on it whatsoever.
This is what happens when I don't actually name the maps. I just go with the base name, which is usually based on the texture.
Oh, you're going home for the Christmas holidays? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll be visiting my parents for the Christmas holidays over Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. Then I'll be back here.
Okay, so
I'll still be streaming just after New Year's.
Right now, what are they?
Excuse me.
I know one of them was Fairy Fire. What's the other one?
I don't honestly remember.
Wait, what? Sorry,
was
what's
it-
this?
Oh, is it darkness? Is that the other one?
Yes.
Darkness was one of the spells
No,
that was used, yeah, but that's gone now.
Past now.
Yeah.
Yes, it had.
So it
It's,
just has
yeah, because
those-
it's a
Yeah,
concentration
because
spell.
Past Trace is a concentration spell.
Yeah. So
You
no,
might
yeah.
notice.
At this point, the spells that the draft cast on you, they seem to have distanced themselves enough that the spells have faded. At the very
Cool.
least, they've dropped them.
clear state. Yeah.
So the purple fire that was dancing around you disappears, and the darkness that had enveloped Dawnbringer Dawnbringer's still glowing quite brightly, but just shaded by the Drow's darkness spell. That also fades, causing the room to glow once more.
Cool. I start venturing back across the ice to go and collect my mushroom companion.
All right. Just for sorry on my end. Sorry if you couldn't hear things on my stream there, folks. For some reason, OBS reset my microphone settings. If you need to,
We've been able to hear you just fine.
Yes, we have the OBS.
Channel. So either way, I was just letting people on my channel know. So sorry, carry on. What are you doing?
I am traveling back across the ice.
I'm just being openly a smart ass.
I'm
Someone's playing.
still-
Ha! Those
I'm
cowards
still
have fled.
waiting.
They're no match for us.
I'm still waiting, keeping guard, just in case. Well, because I don't really know if they've run away, so.
I guess I'll. I was
For
gonna
what
say
it's-
I'll sprint, but nah, no point.
For what it's worth, as long as you're taking your time to move, you don't need to bother rolling the acrobatics checks for
Yeah.
falling.
I want to check.
Cool.
Actually, I'm not sure if there's a drow who is closest or not, but I'm going to check this guy and see if he's got anything on him, anything that might... I mean, if he's got like a sword or anything, I don't really care. I mean, mainly looking for things like, well, first of all, anything valuable, but also if he's got anything on it that might suggest exactly who he might be working for.
Well, on him, specifically, you do recognise a few of these drow. You saw them in your time at Velkenvelv, so you believe that these are at least allied with the faction that had kidnapped you.
Velkenvelv is where we started, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where you were imprisoned at the start of the campaign. Beyond that, looking through the pockets, there is the basic equipment: hand crossbow, short sword, crossbow bolts, chain shirt. There is also a vial of some sort of thing that you assume is the poison they apply to their crossbow bolts, and you also find a pouch of 18 gold pieces on this one.
Okay, I'm going to take the gold and what I'm going to assume is poison in the vial. Add that to my equipment.
Where it seems like he actually has this vial fitted on his belt so as to so that he can just kind of dip the
Just
crossbow
quickly
bolts
do
in,
it,
so
yeah.
It's actually, so it's very obvious what it is.
Oh wow, this is actually the first gold I've actually got this campaign. Okay.
To be fair, you got the
Got my level.
places that.
Yeah, they
were
had a
valuable.
value, but they weren't just straight
They
up
were
gold.
Yeah.
I don't crusade for monetary gain.
He
Therefore, I
says,
don't care.
wielding probably the most valuable object we have.
Yeah, I don't plan to sell it though. What?
Give it time.
I can just imagine the conversation between him and Dawnbringer now. It's like, I need to eat, I'm afraid, Dawnbringer. Just pass it to the merchant. Oh.
It's not me, it's you. You're worth a lot.
You know how-
It is. Sentimentally, you're worth nothing.
Dawnbringer, you know how I always said you're invaluable? Well, actually, it turns out you're valuable.
If you didn't want to get sold into slavery, you shouldn't have been worth so much money.
You shouldn't have
Really,
been
this is
stuck
your
in a
fault.
sword.
So anyway, Dawnbringer jokes aside, what are you doing?
Continuing across the ice myself.
Okay.
Continuing guarding.
Alright, well, I guess
There
while
we
they do that, I'll eventually go over and check what this guy's got.
If you're going to check all the bodies, Laurie, we can do that as just to make it quicker. They all have the same basic equipment on them. They all have a vial of poison, again, placed on their belt so they can just dip the crossbow bolts in it quickly and fire them, and between them, you manage to rack up another. So this is on top of the 18 gold. You get another, we'll say, 42 gold.
You're saying all of them?
No, sorry, there's another 2, isn't there?
Yeah.
Well, we only
Three
there's only 2 corpses on the map.
One of them was deleted for reasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually got 32 gold. Sorry, mistake.
Okay, that's oddly convenient.
Oh, cool. Oh, of course, yeah, I'll make it 50 gold exactly. Yeah, that works. My brain is as OCD as I am.
For reference, I've only taken one of the vials of gold. Not vials of gold, vials of poison.
All right,
so if anyone else wants some poison, you can take some if you want it.
For what it's worth,
I have my uses for poison. Don't mind me.
What it's worth, there's probably about 1d10's worth of doses left in that vial. Specifically,
like if you had to put a number on it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say if ever we're going to be using this vial, it's probably pouring it all into somebody's mouth while they're asleep. I'm trustworthy.
Well, I'm fairly certain that's not an intended use. That would probably work.
That would probably work. So we do anything?
Guarding.
All right.
So what's?
No one's told me everyone's run away.
What's actually wrong with
I mean,
I'll head over, but like, what's actually wrong with this one? I'll say, hey, what's wrong with this one?
To me.
What's wrong? What? Sorry, Laurie.
As I'm coming, I'll go. So, what's wrong with him?
With who?
Turvey is now on his feet for what it's worth. Well, he's sat down, looking up, like conscious again.
Well, if we're all ready to go, then let's get moving. Although I am honestly quite curious as to why they didn't want us to touch the gem.
Maybe we should investigate.
The barbaric hordes probably worship it as a god or something stupid.
Okay, knowledge check. Drow religion.
Go for it. Roll religion.
I assume that they're all idiots that
12.
think of Crystal as their god.
This is actually quite common knowledge in the like all the horror stories of the Drow, is that they worship a demon goddess known as Lolth. She is
Lolth.
You don't know much about her with that check, but you do know that she is the goddess of a goddess of evil, chaos, and she is specifically the deity of spiders and poison.
It was more in relation to what Mike said. So I was like, no, this isn't any sort of god, but perhaps if it's some sort of power, we might make some use out of this. And I'm gonna go have a mooch on over and have a look at it, but I ain't gonna touch it. I'm just gonna have a closer look at it.
I pick up my stool, and in tandem we venture.
Well, you know,
back
once it's been done, if you pick it up and put it away properly, then that's for dogs, isn't it? Oh no, yep, yeah, still for Mike, yeah.
I helped Turvey up.
Sorry.
I helped Turvey up.
Right. He takes your hand as you put him to his feet, kind of brushes himself off, and says, "Thank you."
Is there
No problem.
Following you along wherever you go.
Is there any knowledge check I can do for? I mean, it's this gem is still glowing, right?
It's been glowing the entire time, providing a certain amount of light for the room. What are you specifically looking into? Like,
Are these types of gems common? Is it known what these sorts of things might be? Because I know we've come across gems that have. I know there were mushrooms that were glowing in the dark. I'm just wondering, like, is it known what this thing actually is? I mean, is it going to be that simple, or is this just some sort of strange mystery?
Roll a nature check.
17.
17?
Not bad.
You have definitely heard that there is a lot of strange minerals and gemstones within the undergrounds of Faerun. It's kind of assumed or theorized, that a lot the gemstones and such have a affinity with various magics, and the reason there's so many different kinds of gemstones and such is that there's also so many different kinds of magic and Some arcanists even theorize that certain crystals are just pure magic solidified. There is no kind of set, no particularly agreed upon theory for these kind of things. Although this is one of the main reasons that gemstones are so valuable in trade and such, because being so attuned to magic, it would seem quite often using magical equipment and items. This one specifically could be like this. This fits the bill. It's obviously the shine and stuff gives it the magical aura that you assume. Not magical aura, but it gives the impression that it is also attuned to some sort of magic, similarly to the Therion I just mentioned.
Oh, so it is basically Renan's understanding that is likely just raw magical power inside this gem.
Not necessarily. Like the theory that raw magical power is a thing is very much that. You know of it as a theory. It is like something that scholars throw around. This is not a topic that has been explored, but it's never been properly kind of mastered, so to speak. So there's still a lot of unknowns, and you don't know for sure.
Like I said, backward savages that worship it like a god, obviously.
I'm going to sort of have a wander around this gem and also look in my tome and see if there's any information in there. But right now, Renan's just sort of very, very focused on this thing, as clearly it's very, very important.
Anwar also kind of wanders up and is looking it over very interestedly. The other thing that you get out of it, Laurie, is that this is not a crystal that you recognize. It's not a kind of gem stone that you recognize. It's not made up of material you know.
I recognize that bulge.
I'll walk up to Anwar,
Mm-hmm.
give him a pat on the shoulder,
Okay.
and be like, "So, what's the deal?" And I'll cast guidance on him.
Guidance.
As the glow kind of goes from your hand into his shoulder, you can see his eyes just kind of flash low divine energy, and he smiles and says, "Well, let's have a lucky see, shall we?"
What could go wrong?
I did not get these fucking character sheets up, 'cause I'm an idiot. 2 seconds. We'll roll this.
Okay.
See, I know for a fact that they don't want me to attack it. However, I also made an assumption as we walked in. I made the assumption that these are all just very colorful pieces of ice that also glow, because that's what ice does when it gets really cold.
Yeah.
But they were so very specific that we should never touch the crystal.
I know, it's because it's their god or
very
something,
cold.
obviously.
It is definitely very cold and could be ice.
That's pretty much what I got from my knowledge checks as I walked into the room. So yeah,
as far as my character's concerned, it's clearly very, very, very magical. Not religious, but very, very magical.
Well, no, as far as Kamara's concerned, no, it's incredibly religious to them, the weirdos. Weird religion. I mean, it's not like it's a sun or anything. I mean that makes
that's
perfect
clear.
sense.
I mean, that's clearly more important, isn't it?
Yeah. Like the sun keeps all the good races of the surface alive. Not any of these barbaric monsters down here.
All I'm saying,
Yeah.
certain warlocks also worship the sun.
Yeah, but they're still
worship the sun.
Well, okay, they don't worship it. They get their power from it.
I don't get. I better not tell you where I get my power from.
Well, listen,
Bro,
I don't know
do they
which
even
patron
praise
you
it?
have, but some definitely do.
Do they even praise
It's
it?
probably a good thing you don't.
I mean, probably not. I don't think it would care if you did.
Well, I don't know if you will, which is why I'm not going to do anything about it.
Guidance is an extra D4, isn't it, Phil?
It is, yeah.
Yes, extra D4 on any check, on
That's a
a
four.
single check.
Yeah, on the
I don't
next
think
skill
that
check within a
specifically.
minute.
Anwar
Concentrating.
looks over the crystal, kind of looks it high, looks it low, and then you hear him muttering to himself. And again, his eyes flash. This time with a darker, more arcane energy, and the energy doesn't dissipate like it did with the guidance. Instead, staying on his eyes as you realize he is now looking at the magical aura of the crystal. And you hear him. He then says, Yes, this is it's definitely powerful, very powerful. It's linked, and he kind of looks around and then looks down. Oh, it's linked to the room and to those below us. Hmm. Yeah, that's
In what way is it
yes,
linked?
every single one of them. It's quite that. It's a link. It's the aura itself has tendrils and tentacles, each of which are reaching down into the ice. Every single creature down there has a tendril around them.
I mean, I know it's full of magic, but is it possible that the magic puts them like this? I say, like, pointing at, like, the nearest one who's under the ice.
It's possible. It's possible it's keeping them like that, possibly keeping them alive down there. There's no degradation of the bodies, so
That could just be because they're
Can I just
preserved.
have a quick look at some of the? Can I have a look at some of the bodies? Like, do they
Yeah.
look injured or anything?
Roll a medicine check.
A medicine? You're asking a cleric to
I
make a
know,
medicine
right?
check?
Ugh.
I cast
Yes, you'd
guidance
better
on
get it
myself,
right, that's why.
Because why would I not just cast guidance on
That's
myself
fair.
before this?
You've got the time.
I mean, I guess if Bean wants to be a real asshole,
Oh, I
then it's like,
absolutely
okay, you cast guidance now, and then you have to wait to do
23.
the other thing. I do that.
No, it's guidance lasts for about a minute, so it's fine.
It does.
Guidance lasts a minute and it takes an action to cast, so it's like
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, you have to wait until your next turn.
Looking over the
I'm an
bodies,
asshole.
you can see there is no injuries. There's not even like, and now you're actually looking over them, you realize that if they were when skin is exposed to like harsh Arctic temperatures, it tends to freeze the liquids and such beneath, the bloods and such, and the skin will take on a very noticeable bluish color. Not for these. Every single one of them looks like they could be just frozen in time.
also they don't appear to be frozen, more in stasis,
I
paralyzed.
shout, "Oh, let it go!" and move and keep moving.
I get it.
Ah,
However, you do notice as you're going around, there
do
is
shout,
a
"Let it go," though.
single exception to this.
yeah,
The
she makes
three
sense.
fingers stuck out of the ice
Oh
are
no.
chipped, eroded, damaged, as if
The
they're
three
just
fingers of...
chunked
There's
away
actually a
with time.
giant under there.
You have to kind of get close to notice it, just due to the general texture and nature of the fingers. It's hard to see from a distance, but they are very much. You would guess that this is
As dead as they could be.
eroded over a time. Not necessarily dead. Like, bear in mind, being a rock giant, these look like
Rock giant,
stalagmites
yeah.
almost. Like, these do look like just rock structures by their own right. Just looks like it's been worn away by time.
I use 7 points of lay on hands on myself,
Okay.
so I'm back up to full health.
So what's actually under the surface? There's the giant. Did he say there was drow?
There's all sorts of
there is
things,
Drow,
wasn't there?
There is Wagar, there is the single giant. There is
Svirfneblin, wasn't there?
There is Darrow. There's no Svirfneblin.
Because I know there was one of something specific, wasn't there? I can't remember what it
giant.
was.
The giant.
No, there's one of something small, wasn't there?
There's Darrow in there. They're
That's
like
probably what I'm thinking of.
They're almost like gnomish creatures. That's what the Hido was.
This is the thing,
there
because
is-
I want to touch the gem, but I also don't want to touch the gem.
You could always get
I'll
off
say-
the ice and then shoot it.
I'll say
That's not
I
touching
don't
it.
think we have anything to gain by helping these people out.
Oh, I don't care about helping them. I'm more interested in the power of the gem.
Anwar is still kind of looking at it and like looking it over.
From what you've told me, it sounds like if you wanted to take it, it would perhaps free those underneath us, which...
It's part of why I'm concerned. I won't want to free these people out. We don't know how dangerous they are.
And as I said, looking at them, they are probably not the most friendly bunch.
I sit
Indeed.
down.
At this point, Flint says, "Aye, but if the Drow don't like him and the Drow want to keep him imprisoned, perhaps we've got some allies down there. And he kind of bangs the hilt of his pick on the floor as he does this, sparking up some.
I'll just joke and say, well, it's not like you're going to touch it, is it?
I ain't that dumb.
I sit down.
Out of character. God damn it! Somebody touch it.
Being angry all the time takes a lot of
No,
energy.
you're the one that wants it.
It's the power my character's after. He just doesn't want to actually release people.
Here's okay. Haha, this actually might be useful.
Oh wow, you've got something that could be useful.
No. It's I can use my divine sense to detect celestial beings or undead. So if the things under there are undead, then it's worth finding out.
That depends if you're going to help, though, doesn't it?
So I can. I don't know how this works.
I'll just get.
I wrote down +1 charisma mod uses. So I guess that's 1 plus charisma. Sorry. So I can use it 3 times a day.
See, this is why when I have an ability, I write down exactly what it does, so I don't go, I have an ability I use that I have no idea what it does. It's like, seriously, people.
So just I can detect them all.
Kind of, you pull Dawnbringer across your body in a pose that is most familiar to you from your order. Kind of almost a prayer-like, well, not so much prayer-like, but a meditative state that allows you to kind of focus your divine energies to the best you can of your ability, and you kind of focus these energies down and out of you, and can feel them spreading along the ground around you and through the air. You normally know that you would feel like almost like you're being stung as these touch the certain evil bodies that they could find, or you'd feel a certain warmth if it touched the celestial beings or something like that. However, there is no sting, there is no warmth. As they breeze over the bodies beneath you, there is no reaction, so to speak.
Okay, so I would take from that there are no undead or celestial beings within 60 feet of my line of sight.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. In that case, this is not important information, and I just stay sat down.
I'll just say, honestly, I think this could be useful, but again, it's too much of a risk. I think we should just carry on. I think we should keep moving. I'm just going to sort of like back away and just sort of glance at other people to see what their reactions to that response is.
I mean, I'm just waiting at the exit with
I'm actually kind of staring at him like, that's unusual.
Normally you want unlimited power.
As the kind of quiet goes after what Renan has said, Flint goes, I am good with that plan if everybody else is. It hurts me to leave this thing standing there if the drow like it so much. Especially if there's help to be found beneath it.
Just because they are enemies of the drow doesn't make them friends of ours.
Indeed. Let's move on.
So is that the plan then?
I'm going to move up to where Kamar is.
Right.
As I see them approaching, I say, "Oh, it's about time," and stand up, dust myself off a little bit, and then. Oh,
out of character. Who has the directions again? Is it
Me.
Is it Phil? Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't touching that thing. I'm not
did
going there.
Search my character sheet to see if I have anything which I could do in the meantime, like play an instrument or something. But it turns out Kamar doesn't do extracurricular activities.
You also want to
Kamar
have
was
an
killing
instrument.
and just killing.
I might have done. I don't know.
Kamar doesn't do the whole
why
having
would you
fun
want an
thing.
instrument
Well,
in the Underdark?
If it was with my starting equipment,
Nice,
I'm just saying
They
as an
wouldn't have
example.
kept that.
They
No,
might.
all your starting equipment was kept in a
I thought they kept like all our weapons and stuff, and that was about it.
Hey, just play rock, paper, scissors
It's
with a
been a while.
stool.
You know what? I spent the amount of time praying. I have a holy symbol. That's probably what I would do. That sounds like a thing. That is Kamar's extracurricular activities. They're also his curricular activities, but you get the idea.
Oh dear God, Pelor. I'm sorry I've not killed all of your foes yet. I'm working on it. I promise.
Yep.
I can only assume that's the prayer.
My efforts
Does-
are constantly unworthy as there are still hedonistic scum walking the
I
earth.
thought Dawnbringer counted as a holy symbol.
I actually have one, so it doesn't matter. But
Was good.
let's find out.
Oh, we just lost
it-
somebody.
Lost still. Yep, lost still. It does
Oh,
count.
here
It
we go.
does, it does matter because you
That was
need
odd.
to have your holy symbol out to cast certain spells in combat. However, I'm actually okay with, if I hadn't said it before, I'm okay if Dawnbringer being your holy symbol because she is a relic of Palor.
Oh,
She
okay.
is very much a symbol of Palor.
And
I
mean,
assumed it was like a crucifix type deal, like necklace
it-
kind of
basically
situation.
anything.
Yeah.
It is, but in the D&D world, like a holy symbol it just needs to be something to represent your god that your faith
Oh,
can
okay.
push through. And in this case, Dawnbringer is very much that. Like she is
Yeah, makes sense.
much more powerful than a holy symbol.
It's like my
So
shield's
it
my
makes
holy
sense.
symbol.
Yes.
It's got a giant symbol of Gond on it.
Yep. And
My
it
hammer
is
is my penis.
it in itself is
Gund,
again
not guns.
a product of your god. It is your god being the god of forges and stuff like that. An actual metal shield is just as much a thing for him as Dawnbringer is for Pelor.
Alright, so I guess we continue onwards.
So the party carries on out of the cave, abandoning the nice trap that Beanie had spent all day planning.
It was a
But
trap
had
based on our
admittedly-
stupidity.
Blatant trap.
It was a
Obvious
blatant
trap.
trap. I was just hoping that in Kamar's fitful rage, he would be dumb enough to hit it. I was
I'm
honestly,
guessing.
I was honestly playing on Kamar's racism and hoping that'd work.
Well, no, they clearly worship the weirdly shaped, weirdly colored shard of ice as a god because they're not very smart. Obviously,
That's obviously true. All right.
backward savages.
As you head
Oh my
out of the tunnel, the floor starts to slope upwards a bit, and you do journey away from the ice cavern. The floor
That was my
once
chair
more,
creaking.
once
You
more
wonder what that
stone
was.
as opposed to iced over.
For what it's worth, I pull out the directions again and direct.
You are now the director.
Oh god,
Give
it's
me
Tommy Wiseau.
2 seconds. Just need to roll some stuff.
Oh,
Some
no.
totally fine stuff. We're not about to bump into anything, are we? Totally not going to happen. It's going to be safe all the way there. It's totally not going to be safe all the way there.
Even if it's not, we're generally quite fine.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, I sometimes nearly die. It's fine. We get over it.
Right.
We have fun here. How many times Come On nearly died?
A few.
Yeah, like it's more than once.
Nearly died.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
so yesterday.
I've never actually died, unlike at least 2 of us. But
Mhm.
like,
hey, no, I'm the only one that's died from what I remember.
no, Flint died as well because of the specters. Flint actually died.
Did he?
Yeah,
As you
Got
are traveling
reduced
through the
below.
corridor,
he got reduced below 1 max health and just died.
actually,
Ah,
pardon me. I will need to put this map up. Yeah. Boop.
Is that the third cracked mud one?
You're
With the
saying
squawk on
boot,
it?
Yeah, I'm putting you guys on it. So
Yeah,
there
okay,
we go.
there we go.
We had a Skrell last
could you
time,
organise
which
yourselves
kind of
on
totally not
this tunnel
totally
ahead?
does look like that.
let's go with that.
That seems pretty logical.
Is that
That's
good?
yeah,
Alright.
that was our last travel thing. So
That works for me. In that case, let's see. I need you.
go on, go on, go on, go on, go on.
Oh, hey.
You.
Turns out there's a Drow Priestess on the way.
No.
Oh, and there's also a Drow Elite
Oh.
Warrior.
Oh,
And hey, embedded in the wall, there is a Squark.
hey, that's a very artistic drawing of the Skrell we had last time. Thank you very
There's also,
much.
I'm leaving that, but I am
Also a
removing-
drow mage.
So, as you
I'm
are
removing
traveling
the
down
online
down the corridor,
There's all sorts of
you-
shit in here.
are
Damn.
suddenly once more ambushed by the Drow as well. 3 crossbow bolts fly into the party. As this happens, you hear one of them say, "I told you they wouldn't fall for such a stupid trick." Had to try it. I honestly didn't expect them to be that intelligent.
It's fair.
At which point, I will need to roll these attack rolls. And yeah, because I passed without a trace, their stealths were in like the 20s and 30s.
Well, of course they were.
Hey, who
No,
knows?
Just
Matt got
throwing
it.
it out there.
Hey Matt, how's it going?
Does my
We
does my
didn't touch
passive
the
perception
trap,
of
which was the
10
gigantic.
No.
Well,
Just throwing it out there.
hang on.
Surely someone was keeping a lookout.
that was a trap, surprisingly
unless
enough.
they were literally
We didn't
directly in
touch it.
front
We
of
left
me.
it all alone.
That's what passive perception is when you're traveling. Like,
So now we're fighting the drought
Well,
again.
it is, unfortunately.
Unless
You've
I'm
obviously got
guessing
your
it-
penalty to that due to reading instructions and such.
And I'm guessing against
Initiative time.
Either way, if you'd rolled, no, I need to do their attacks first. Even if you'd rolled, I think you'd have struggled to beat their stealth there because again,
Well,
past that trace, it's broken.
From the way I understand the rules,
I
active
don't know.
perception.
That's pretty good there. 23.
That wouldn't have seen any of them. I
Ah,
think the priestess rolled a 16.
Oh, we plan on
which would have
merging them
gone
for you, Matt.
26. I think 26
do.
was the lowest.
well.
Bear in mind, also
That's
most
the
of them
best
have
I can
points of
do.
stealth.
My
19
perception.
on Kamar.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Is
oh
a
boy.
hit.
Costs a hit.
Kamar, you take a crossbow bolt.
It's a wisdom thing.
to the
Oh,
chest.
23 is my
You
highest,
obviously
actually. That was
save
my
for
highest
you.
roll.
Also, as I will point out that yes, that still hits me, but I would have pulled my shield out again while we were marching.
That's fine.
The only reason I had it put it away before was because I was carrying stool across the ice. So con save, you say?
You know what? This is going to be attacking each of you because you three are the most obvious targets. They don't want to target the dwarfs, and nobody else looks that easier target. Or
What are you talking about?
Oh, Matt says hi, by
Stool's
the
gonna-
way.
Stool's going to destroy
Is
everything.
he, what? I'm guessing Wookiee's not in the or not at home. Yeah, he's probably on his way home from work. So sorry. The one on Cobalt. That's a natural 20. And the one on Renlin. That is a 26. That's a hit.
Ow.
So I need all
Wait
of them
it.
to roll me a Constitution save.
I got a 14.
Oh, no. I got a
That is-
4.
That's kind of like 14.
It's half of 14. You see, because
I mean,
14 is two digits, whereas this is only one
get-
of the digits.
I get what you're saying, but it's not how math works.
This is unfortunate for you guys.
What the hell happened to your roll?
First off, damages.
It's okay, I
so
still
they can-
have part of my
Cobalt,
temporary HP on me, seeing as I killed people earlier.
Cobalt, you take 9 points of damage. Piercing damage from the crossbow bolt. Kamar, you take 4 points of damage.
Did I pass the DC, by the way?
You did. I'll sort out in a minute.
Oh, okay.
And Renlin, you take 8 points of damage.
Damn it!
Does the 4 include the reduction?
I've got 3 temporary
The
HP,
no,
so
it
that
doesn't.
means
So
I actually take...
one.
Well, I lose my temporary shield, but
brain's
then I
not
go
working.
down
Also, sorry, it's been a long
to...
day at work.
From
It was 4
35 to
damage
30
and
HP.
minus 3 for the heavy
I've been
armor.
doing really well on my HP
It definitely
rolls.
wasn't 4
leveling up.
damage. It was 7, 8 even. If I said 4, I was wrong.
You
He's got
said
a plus 4
4.
bonus.
You
He's
definitely
got a
said
plus 4
4.
bonus, so I was, again, long day at work,
Oh,
sorry.
okay. So
I mean,
if he's got a
you're-
plus 4 bonus and you said 4, if the roll was 4, then it'd be 8 damage, which is fine. So, and that would be reduced to 5 damage. Which, that's okay. Well, I mean, I'd rather not, but it's okay.
I've sent Matt a message since he seems to be on map tools, so I don't know if he's actually free to join us. Or if he's just only got access to map tools somehow.
He's actually at home.
He can do apparently, so yeah. He'll be joining us in a bit.
That's going to
good,
completely mess up everything.
because I've got a second scene for it.
Well, since considering the time anyway, we could just go for a break and then you can fix it while we're on break.
Well, so can we resolve this thing up
Well, yes.
first? So as the crossbow bolts hit, Kamar, you feel the poison once again enter your system and shrug it off as you realize yourself, how pathetic this poison is. At which point you hear
Building
a
up an immune.
clunk as both Renlin and Cobalt just collapse to the floor unconscious.
I
Now,
think
here's
about
a
how...
question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a disease?
Also one. It's not a disease. It's a poison.
Well,
Sorry, who? Me and who else?
Cobalt and
Hey.
Renlin. I'll go use the actual disabled for you because you're not Although you're prone actually as well, I guess, so that works.
Yeah, I think to myself like, oh, these pathetic creatures using the same weak poison that couldn't even hurt her. Ba-doom. Yep, seems about right.
And yes, we'll be doing initiatives. So if you guys, we may as well take a quick break here while we get Matt into the call. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. So.
All right, quick break. So BRB
now.
Ta-da!
If it's bad, I'll roll it again when you get back.
Wait, no, I'll get it right. Ta-da! There you go.
Is everybody actually wanting to take the break for a break?
Would you guys?
Everybody roll me initiative.
I got a 14.
Does that include me?
Yeah, you have to excuse me a moment because
That includes your. Yep. So actually, so
gonna
to
be a
catch you up, Matt,
mess.
how much did you actually listen in on, if any?
oh god,
Something about. I think I got there just as Drow appeared.
this is what happens.
That's
Okay,
pretty
that's
much all you've
fair.
missed out on.
The whole party is there. You've just basically the Drow attempted to.
Wait,
trick
no,
the
this is
party
me.
into
Oh, wait,
triggering
no, oh
a
god.
Nasty ice
Oh
trap.
god,
However,
hate it when this
the
happens.
party was too smart for them and have headed away. And now the Drow have ambushed the party within a tunnel, leaping out from the shadows and the sides of the wall, and immediately
There we go,
disabling
that's
two of the
one.
party with their poison bolts.
Awesome.
So,
Then
Come on.
Phil.
6.
Turvy
Come
is
on.
my role.
I know how unprofessional this is, but this is literally what happens when you get people who are here and then they're not here, they're here and they're not here. So, oh my god.
Because they're NPCs.
Come on.
NPCs are weak.
Plus, one of them's a
14.
mushroom, so he kind of gets higher for himself.
What was that? Sorry, 14.
Ah, 14.
Oy.
Flint got 8.
Well, I guess this is some behind the scenes for you. So
Anwar, what'd you get?
also got 8.
You've got a higher dex than Flint, though.
Oh, it's much higher.
Renan, 12. And that's a 20 for Eldith.
And
Right.
last but not least,
And to put in these 4 individually statted and so 4 individually initiatived characters.
Oh boy.
here we go. Like if I could have done this like during the BRB, which is what I was planning on doing, I then realised that you actually can't do it during the BRB.
Well,
So
it is D&D.
That is D&D.
Well,
you are correct.
I miss Mathfinder.
there you go.
Why?
Because I loved.
Pathfinder's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was great because you could go. I'm going to make this character that does this thing, and there's 50 different things that let me do this thing. It's great.
Or you could DM and say, I'm going to use this thing that I've not used before. It does 50 different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's great.
Yeah,
You've got
50 different things for every player in the party.
Yeah,
DM
it's great.
DM Mythic, then tell me it's great.
No,
Sorry,
that's
DM Mythic in the
ignore
teens
Mythic.
levels.
Ignore Mythic.
DM the teens. Like, even that said, I'm not complaining. If given the chance, I would totally run Rise of the Rune Lords again, which is a Pathfinder campaign that goes up to level 18, and that is amazing.
What
Yeah,
level
I
did we
would
get up
I'll
to?
fully admit that Pathfinder.
We got up to 17, I think, but technically the last battle got us to 18.
The last battle would have leveled you to 18 if I'd have chosen to continue in a way, but I decided that was a good ending. Like, it just was a good ending. So, anyway, initiatives done. So, first to react is the base drow. Oh, so for what it's worth, actually, to describe these people. First off, there is
Heretics.
which is the mercenary. He is drow spy.
Heretics.
He was the one that seemed to want to fool you. This is the one that escaped with him, the drow minion. This one you recognise again from Vulcanvelv. He was one of the lieutenants or the one of the head priestess's right-hand men.
For the record, I don't recognise him. They all look the same to me.
That's fair. But for those that
Including the
aren't
clear
aren't
female.
racists. And this one is also recognised from Vulcanvelv. You believe that she was the apprentice of the head priestess effectively. Effectively the second in command. Now, the first react is the base drow, who is just going to send another shot flying, this time at Anwar. Only got the one attack. That's 13, which is going to miss. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Anwar, you kind of duck down and bring your gun up, actually like blocking the crossbow bolt and ricocheting it into the floor. The drow, having revealed himself, is then actually going to be on the grid and moves over here in front of the priestess, who actually, I forgot, did do something during the surprise round. I just forgot to...
Shot someone?
Nope. She...
Cast a spell.
Yeah, strange that.
Down you.
Was it Fairy Fire? Because they love that spell.
We're in a corridor.
Actually, yes, it was. You're all,
Well,
you're
they
all
give everyone
around-
advantage.
all clustered together. It's 20-foot radius. Yes, everybody roll me a reflex save. Minus Renlan and Cobalt, who are just going to fail automatically because they're unconscious.
Say reflex, you mean
I'm
dex.
pretty sure we still get to make the
Dexterous,
save.
yeah.
We just have disadvantage.
Oh god.
No, I think
you're unconscious. You're unaware.
I think incapacitated, you automatically fail dex saves.
Yeah, your effects. It's as easy.
Well,
to
put it
get
this way: which
Okay.
happened first? Us being unconscious or Fairy Fire?
That does make a difference.
You guys being unconscious.
Then we fail.
She's smart enough. Yeah, she's smart enough to wait. So no, you don't get dexterity saves at all. I'm afraid. Corpses can't dodge. Sorry,
He
unconscious
just
people can't
failed.
dodge. Slip of the tongue, honest.
Mike passed.
You move about in your
12, I
sleep.
think.
Uh,
Excuse me.
Flint definitely fails. Eldith actually passes, I believe. Yeah, Eldith passes. Oh, thank you, whoever's marking them for me.
Welcome.
Stool and Turvey.
I mean, it's not like I can do
Stool is-
anything else.
Stool fails, Turvey makes it.
I got 12. Did I make it?
You made it.
Ah, now I've got people on my face. Yay.
So
Wait, I made it
Eldith,
12, really?
Turvey, and Kamar all kind of duck and move to the side in order to dodge the
I'm used to it by now.
Well-
harmless purple fireball that envelops the rest of the party.
Shit.
Now dancing around their forms.
Like, really? 12
Which does
idiot?
mean that he actually gets advantage on his attack against Anwar. That's a nat 20.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Ooh.
I'm glad you showed
don't
up
need
now,
to
Matt.
use it, I swear.
Yep.
Can you roll me a Constitution save, Matt?
Yep.
And you take 8
This
points
is
of
not going to
damage.
be good.
Yep.
It's actually
I mean, it
just
wasn't
one
going to be
thing
good, and then I went
so
unconscious,
down
and
to-
now it's definitely not going to be good.
When it wasn't a crit.
Renlin, what do you go down to, health-wise?
Well, I had 10 HP on before, so now I'm at 30 out of 35.
Fuck your poison.
Cobalt, what do you go to?
27.
And Kamar?
Of course, there's no
35
cheating
out
because
of
he knows
40.
exactly what our HP is.
Cool, and that passes the Constitution save. You feel something enter your body as the crossbow hits you, but you're able to resist off the effects. Next to react is Eldith, who is going to... She fails the intelligence check, so she's going to step up and swing at Spider.
Why was that a really not smart thing to do?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. She fails the intelligence check.
Now,
She
should I hit a
realizes
drow?
it's
Duh, yes.
That wasn't what she was rolling it for.
That doesn't sound like a not smart thing to do.
Two
At the
attacks,
very least,
two.
Kamar is a pillar of intelligence, and he's going to do that.
Brings round the Warhammer twice, swinging it at the drow, but both times he just easily steps back, not needing to put much energy into dodging it
mind
at
me.
all.
Told you the first time, I'm not into tabletop war games. Stop bringing that round my house. No? No one?
Not one on the intelligence check.
Nothing?
Stool just kind
Nah.
of
Go ahead,
crouches
Mike.
and
Go
doesn't seem
ahead.
to know what to do. Like he tries to make himself as small a target as possible, effectively
Mhm.
a dodge action. Turvey fails the intelligence check. My god, this isn't even a high DC, they're just really fucking it up. He is going to... He's kind of unsure as to what to
Turn
do.
into a werewolf and jump on them and shred them.
No, he's
Not
not.
World of War.
Um,
This is not World of Artists.
he just kind
It
of
is.
backs, he just kind of backs up, not sure what to do, not really believing himself to be combat capable, so to speak. Like he's not confident in combat. And he doesn't, although he pulls out his war pick. War pick. He doesn't go in for an attack, although he does ready one if anybody gets close to him. Drow Spider. He is going to.
Which one's the spider one? Is it the mage?
This guy. He laughs at Eldith's attempts to hit him and steps backwards, provoking an attack of opportunity, which she hits him with. Even as he laughs, the warhammer comes close and actually almost goes for his head, but he just manages to dodge just a little bit, and it catches him instead in the shoulder bone below the neck, making a nasty cracking sound. What's the damage? 1d.
Who's the fucking shoulder? If it's anywhere that's like, you know, they're hurt but not that
3
badly
points
hurt,
of
it's always
damage
the
from Eldith's
shoulder. Could have said the
second
arm.
people.
Could have said the leg.
Where's my stat?
Could have said like a slash across the chest or something, but nope. It's always the shoulder.
Right. He then brings his crossbow up and mutters something in anger at her, which nobody else can hear, and fires a crossbow shot at her. Yep. That's 22. That's a hit. Sorry if I'm slowing them on, by the way. I'm super tired today.
You're not particularly slower than normal.
We're not. I'm just my tiredness is making me.
Ironically, the only thing that slowed you down was you describing how you were actually being slower now, apparently.
See, this is what happens when I'm tired. In my head, I overcompensate for it.
I understand that, like, when you're doing stuff like this, there's the paranoia over just dead air, so don't worry about it. It's necessary. This is D&D.
I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of dead things in here.
Ha!
We will actually kill the air at some point.
And
Well.
Eldith passes the Constitution save easily.
You know,
But
elemental
just take
evil one, I
crossbow
imagine.
to the breast.
Right in the tit.
Come on, your turn.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I hit him. And because I moved 10 feet in a straight line. Wait, is this 10 feet?
Yeah.
That's 10. Yeah.
Mhm.
I get to use my charger feat. Hooray! Which it gives me
This-
plus 5 damage.
This is the new feat that Kamar picked up with his level up
Yes.
instead of an ability score increase.
Because my logic was, if I'm charging, I get plus 5 damage to this. If I got an ability score increase, I'd maybe get plus 1.
But ability
So-
score increases also include your 2 hit.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Roll your
Hitting's
attack.
irrelevant when you have +5 damage.
Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing.
Okay, so just making sure this doesn't actually affect the attack roll. Okay, hang on. Oh, okay, so I don't actually get. Oh no, this is only when I use. It's only when I use dash. Never mind. But still, I'll do that anyway. Attack him anyway. So I don't get +5 damage to this.
Oh yeah, 'cause it gives you an extra attack. After
It gives you,
dash,
yeah.
doesn't it?
It's you can use an attack action on bonus actions if you take the dash action, which will come into play,
Okay.
but not right now.
Hey.
So so this is +7 because Dawnbringer. Plow 19.
19 is a hit.
I murder this man.
Murder.
Oh my god, why haven't I written
No.
this down?
Just to make make
Not
it
written
clear,
something
like,
else
the
down,
charge of
guys,
feat, it
again.
allows you to make one attack. It doesn't give you an attack action. So you can use, for example, your extra attack. It just be one attack. I've literally just looked it up. Literally just
Yeah,
had the book open.
I just want to make sure that it's not different on the 5ed tool thing I'm reading from.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
Okay, no, I will do the damage. Just need to discuss this first because the actual wording of it is when you use your attack action. When you use your action to dash, you can use a bonus action to make one melee weapon attack.
Yes.
But that's not an attack action.
No. It would specifically say attack action if it was.
Right, so it actually use the word action. Okay,
Yes.
so that would be you get to attack, but not add your strength modifier.
No,
No,
can
you still add your
add your
strength.
strength.
Yes,
It's
it's
just
all
you
your
only get to
normal
make a
attack.
single attack.
Yes.
Right,
Or
so if
attack
you have
action.
the attack action feat, I won't get 2 attacks from that.
Yes.
Okay.
No, if you've got
That's
extra
correct.
attacks, you don't get to make your extra attacks.
We're in
Okay,
a tunnel,
cool.
by the way,
That's
so
fine.
in
You
case
can
you
still
couldn't
use
tell.
stuff like smite and things like that on it.
Okay.
If you've precast it, I suppose, yeah.
He's a paladin, he doesn't need to precast smites. The
Certain
spells-
smites are
yeah,
bonus
smite
actions.
spells, yeah, but the actual smite cast
The
spells.
actual
That's
device
us in a
might,
tunnel.
yeah, no,
That's
you-
Yeah.
Anyway,
much better.
my damage is. I should write this down.
And this is on the base drow.
On
isn't
the
it?
8 plus 5, right?
Base
I
drow.
will just guess this, despite the fact that he's at full health.
Well, it's 1d8 plus 5, so if he has 6
much
health,
better.
he dies. 10 damage.
Oh wow, no, he just survives.
He had 11,
Uh,
didn't he?
He has 11.
Could have smoked him, but I chose not to.
As you rush up, Dawnbringer's glow intensifies, almost as if anticipating the kill, and the blade does go right across from hip up to his shoulder on the opposing side, carving a line in his chest. He brings a hand down to kind of hold his body together, but he is still standing. As you do this, Dawnbringer's light is brought to bear against this drow and the priestess, both who are to kind of turn their heads away from it, unused to the bright light.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the priestess standing? Is she actually...
She is there. Like,
Also,
she is-
if it's.
think of it as they were kind of close up against the wall.
Oh, okay.
Like using the shadows as much as possible.
Just
Like,
trying to make
they're
sure
actually
they're not
close
in a
up enough
line.
that you guys could walk past them without noticing them, like quite close.
If it's relevant
Oh,
as
no.
well, I would be having Dawnbringer's light on full blast.
And so that's 30 feet.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I always
so
forget this, so I will double
the
check, but I
elite
think so.
warrior is just in range of that, but the spider is not.
Although you can probably see Eldith is fighting something.
I would. When the blade's called forth. Okay, yeah. So it's actually 30 feet and 30 feet.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
But you do realize that they actually had kind of timed their attack so as to like position themselves in the shade, even using your own party as shadows against the sunlight
Nice
in order to get their best attacks off. However, they can't really do that in the midst of combats. They do get their sunlight sensitivity, unfortunately.
it's not really a consideration of Kamar. It's more just this is a thing that is happening, so you may want to take it into account.
You can use your extra attack now if you want to.
I don't
Like,
have
now's your
extra attack.
actions. Oh, do
I
you
don't have. No, I don't have it. Just
Yeah,
if and when I get it,
Yeah,
just need
that's
to know it's not relevant.
fifth level is when
Yeah.
is the earliest, yeah.
I mean, if you want to level me up right now, and I'll take extra.
Nope.
Like you're welcome to. Is all I'm saying.
Renlan is
I
asleep.
wouldn't be offended.
Wait, don't I get to... Did you get to roll your resistance?
saves.
Oh, wow. So I'm just out of combat.
There's a reason that I just justified it that they like kidnapped you so easily. There's poison. And there is also a reason that I've been rolling intelligence checks with the NPCs. They've just been rolling shit, unfortunately.
Oh, what, to like shake you awake kind of thing?
God damn it.
I
I was hoping I'd be able to, like, every turn at the end of my turn to roll another check for it, to see if I can actually, like shake my head and wake up, but nope.
is going to cast a spell, strangely. As she brings forward a obsidian spider-shaped symbol, the air around her starts to darken, and you can see almost like dark, angry spirits starts to claw at the air and the area around her, up to a 15-foot radius from her, meaning that Kamar is caught within the cloud of angered spirits. You just need to double check what that does, or when that triggers. Sorry.
So triggered right now. I mean,
Uh,
Kamal probably is pretty triggered by this.
he usually is, to be fair.
Yeah. It's like his standard state of being is triggered.
I believe it's a wisdom save for what it's worth, but I just want to double check it.
If it is a wisdom
Oh,
save,
God.
I'm looking at...
Undo.
That's not... That's... Oh, I'm actually proficient in wisdom saves. Yay.
That's not what I want. That's what I want. If you pick
Oh,
that
nice
up and then
intelligence,
don't do
okay,
anything,
right,
it's
yeah,
like,
that, yeah.
oh, sure. No inside bit.
Yeah, make me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a whole +2. Because I'm proficient in it. But
Gives me something to
get
do,
nothing
seeing
from
I'm
the
not in
bonus
this fight.
because I've got 0 bonus. Blah, blah. 15.
15. That should be enough.
It was enough to resist the fairy fire.
Yes.
So it was 14.
Well,
no, 12.
Fairy Fire was a spell-like ability as opposed to a spell. Slightly
Yeah.
different. But in this case, yeah, that's enough to resist the effects. Do you still take half damage? Damn it.
I don't even know what spell you're casting right now, so I cannot help.
So you do feel the spirits clawing at you and attempting to drain away your life force in a necrotic attack.
Rude.
That would be half down to 9 damage.
So it's like half damage.
That would have been 18 without if you'd have failed the save.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, whilst you're in this radius, your speed is halved. Also, I didn't put a thing on because this moves with her.
So
So
that
it
said,
might
I'm
move.
assuming this is a concentration spell. Doesn't that mean Fairy Fire disappears?
Did Beanie fuck up? Beanie fucked up.
Yeah.
Fairy Fire does indeed disappear because Beanie fucked up. Beanie does that
Hey!
a lot recently.
The
especially
advantages of Beanie being stupid.
Now, just throwing it out there, is this a disease?
It is not.
Dang it.
What are you,
Uh,
me?
No, but I will
don't
take
need
I will
the
take
disease as
9
well.
damage on Kamar as opposed to the Fairy Fire.
I would rather you didn't, honestly. I'd much rather they be fairy fired.
She is then going to back
Like,
up
if that's an
over
option,
here.
I'll take that.
Anwar, your turn.
Oh, goody. Right. I am going to. You know what? I'm going to take a shot at the Drow Priestess.
Shots.
Alright.
And
Alright.
because, once we professionalize, there's combat going on anyways. Everyone already knows we're here. I'm going to make it a.
Thundering shot.
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Roll your attack.
This gonna be loud.
Okay, so that is. Thunderbonga. Oh, damn it. And while one sec. I need to remember the actual. What's this? No, I'm just gonna need to manually.
Yep.
This
No
is-
worries.
Now I need to remember what half my abilities do.
No, I'm here.
That's
Nat
not
20.
There we
Alright.
go.
Yeah,
So-
that's a crit.
That is. Wait a sec, 46.
Wait, did you? Which one did you shoot?
Priestess.
Good.
2d6.
So
Wow,
17
okay.
total.
46 rolled 9.
Unlucky.
17 total.
Yep. So,
That's genuinely depressing.
if you knew what health she was on, you'd be even more depressed. Anwar, you see this cloud of angry spirits appear around the priestess. Immediately realise
Wait a
use
minute.
call for it and bring your gun to bear.
Aren't we doing the thing where the extra dice are automatically maxed? Or
No, that's
You're
Phil's
thinking
game.
Saturdays.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering, wasn't sure we carried that over. Never mind, ignore me.
Never, I wouldn't. No.
Ow.
So she also needs to make a concentration save.
So, no, what? Okay, I got interrupted down immediately. So, Anwar, you see the cloud of angry spirits appear and immediately realize who's at fault. Bring your gun to bear and fire a shot. The whole tunnel vibrating with the sound of the cannon fire.
Ooh, I like this.
And this slams through her chest, leaving a hole, like going through and through, leaving a hole, quite a large hole in her chest, although she is going to need to make a concentration save.
Yep.
To see if she holds a spell. She fails it as well.
If the entire place vibrates, does that mean that me and Cobalt may wake up?
Nope.
That's pretty loud. If it's just regular sleep.
It's pretty loud, but
it's not regular sleep.
Okay.
It's more the vibration rather than the sound I was going for, but
Well, either way.
I will say. I will say make. You can remake your Constitution saves with that.
13?
Also 13.
Probably should have
Like, bear in mind, I'm only allowed
added my inspiration to that, which is a D4, but
in the future, so I can't justify that if I'm a dick here.
It swings both ways.
What you need. As the loud shot rings out, the explosive sound is enough to wake both Cobalt and Renlin from their induced sleep. Yeah, so you two are no longer unconscious, but you are still prone, obviously. You can act when it gets to your turns.
Do we recognise what spell it actually was that she cast?
You can roll a Arcana check or a Religion check if you want. If you hit the Arcana.
Yep.
I don't really care. I know it's just evil. It needs to die.
18.
You recognise that, although it's a divine spell, which isn't in your repertoire, you do recognise this one. It is Spirit Guardians. Basically, it summons a area around the caster of spiritual guardians that will attack their enemies within range of the spell.
Awesome.
And slow their movement. Flint is not going to need to make the intelligence check because they've already woken up. He's just going to swing his pick at the Drow Elite. Also, that's not the one that was the coward. That's the this is the one originally from Valkenvalve, not the mercenary.
Oh, okay, so he's not the Droward.
Nope. Flint brings his pick up. The elite warrior simply brings around a short sword in his left hand, the crossbow that he shot with originally being in his right, brings his short sword around and parries.
Well, if it ain't him. I'll give him his name back.
Turn.
There he goes. Because if it's the coward, I have to have him labelled. He needs to be shamed.
He drops the crossbow in his right hand, flips the short sword from his left to his right, using part of the momentum of the parry, and stabs at Flint twice. Disadvantage because he's in the sunlight. So that's a miss and a miss.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it seems like the light itself is causing him to fail his attacks here, unfortunately. And seeing this, he actually backs up over to here, a bit out of the range of the light.
Provoking an attack opportunity?
He does provoke an attack opportunity from both. Well, no, just from Flint, because Eldritch has already done hers.
He's going out mine.
That is going to hit, I believe.
Well, now he's out of the tunnel area I drew. Oh well.
2 seconds.
No.
Wow, the rudest.
No.
But not the rudest dude. Because that would be a compliment, I believe. I don't honestly know what it means. Yeah, that's it. So 1d8 plus 3.
So here's a thought. Not right now, but if I was to use the dash action, but then just run around in circles for a while, and then use the bonus action to attack. Would that work? I don't need to run
Works
for
on-
10 feet in a straight line, but that could totally work, right? Because then I could get more damage out of it.
What do you mean? Sorry,
No,
Just
never mind. I'm
don't
thinking-
even.
As Flint goes to the attack, whilst the attack should have hit by all means, the drow brings his short sword down and actually flips it into the crook of the pickaxe and brings it upwards, causing the attack to miss.
Oh, okay.
Cobalt, your turn. You've just awoken. You've got a hell of a headache from that loud
I
ringing noise in your
stand
ears.
the fuck up,
Mm-hmm.
It's fair.
take a quick look around, see what's going on, see there's still fighting going on.
Seems like there's fighting going on, and there are drow around.
I dislike that. Flint's still next to me, isn't he?
Flint is
Actually,
next to you.
better question. Is this guy or this guy wearing metal?
Ooh, I like this
the-
song.
This guy is
Shocking
not.
grasp or heat.
This
metal?
guy is wearing clothing. You can't actually see any armor on him.
Well, never mind
He's
then.
wearing
Good
dark,
idea, but
robish clothing.
Has Flint got
heat metal, if
his
you're wondering, was the spell he's going
war
to cast.
pig
He does.
out?
He's just taking a swing at the guy with it. In fact,
Maybe not. That's not that great. And I can see the priestess is quite injured.
yes, both basically that side, the Kamar side of the corridor seems pretty damn injured.
I helped.
And what did
Not so
help?
much this side.
Not that side at all.
Help is
See.
needed on the south.
Yeah, it very much looks like Elder and Flint are a bit outclassed by these two.
What weapons are they wielding?
This guy dropped his crossbow and is wielding a short sword. This guy is currently wielding a crossbow. Hand crossbows, specifically.
Oh, he's gonna shoot hands at you.
Oh shit.
Not Hans.
Oh, not Hans.
Mm,
I need to watch
wow.
Die Hard.
Not Christmas.
Well,
Father.
yeah, you gotta wait till
Christmas,
Christmas.
don't you know?
The
It is-
greatest
it-
Christmas
It
movie.
is the greatest Christmas movie.
Damn straight.
I got people at work who disagree with me. They're wrong.
They
No,
are wrong.
it's not the greatest, but it is second only to Muppets Christmas Carol.
Muppets Christmas Carol is pretty good, yeah.
It's alright.
Muppets Christmas Carol isn't as good as Nightmare Before Christmas, though.
I've never seen it. Can't judge.
That's alright.
Also, it's not really well defined if that's a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie.
Yes, the answer is
It's
yes.
a bit of both, really. So
It
it's
has
kind of half and
Christmas in
half.
the title.
Yeah, but it also has the word nightmare in the title.
It also has
but
the
it
word
doesn't-
Halloween in the title.
It
And
doesn't have the word
Halloween is
Halloween.
before
It doesn't
Christmas.
say Nightmare Before Halloween, does it?
Well, given this guy's probably going to get up close and personal,
I say.
I'm a guiding bolt him.
Okay, bring attack.
You can guide my bolt anytime. Yeah.
No.
I'm half asleep and bring my B
No.
game. Leave me alone.
No.
No.
Even if you're awake, no.
Range spell attack, which is
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
our proficiency bonus hasn't gone up, has it? No,
No.
that's
No.
next level.
I feel like it should.
It's next
No.
level.
I feel like it should right now,
Goes
though.
up surprisingly slowly.
That
13 is unfortunately going to be a miss as the as you bring your shield forward and the golden bolt shoots out of it. The drow just steps aside and kind of watches as the light disappears
Can I,
into
like,
the darkness and fades away out of
roll
range.
like somewhat decently today, besides that one medicine check.
No.
Anything else, Phil?
Nope.
In that case, it's back to the top. Unfortunately, you didn't get a turn that round, Laurie, just because you were asleep during your turn.
Exactly.
the
He spent
drow-
his turn sleeping.
That is true.
Oh, was I at the bottom? Was I at the bottom of the leaderboard? Or the leaderboard, the
No,
initiative?
you were in the middle. That was the problem. Cabot was at the bottom and he got a turn for it. Unfortunately, Cabot's being slow,
Haha!
which is unfortunately one of the flaws of the initiative system. But hey,
Not really. It
fine.
makes sense.
Well, you have to kind of.
kind of. I mean, technically, if you're doing it properly, Rendon should have probably got a turn when he woke up. Like, that would make more sense, because then he's quicker to react as he woke up than Cobalt was, who
Initiative
was slower
works
to react.
has
very
always
well
works
to rules.
perfectly fine, in my opinion. It works perfectly fine as long as you don't really see it as like the top and bottom of the round. If you see it as like these people get to act in this order
This order,
starting here,
yeah.
and then you just see it as a continuous flow of turns rather than saying this is the top, this is the bottom, then it works perfectly fine.
Well,
That's
didn't
completely fine,
Anwar get a turn in between me and Phil?
but,
Did who, sorry?
Yes.
Somebody did. Yeah, that's
Yeah, well,
what
it just makes sense. Like, you've got to do it some way. We can't all
it's
do
fair.
our turn at the same
That's
time.
fair. As I say, it's fair. It makes sense mechanically. I'm not complaining about it. I'm not going to go against it. I'm just saying, like, basing it on the law of what the rolls are, like you being quick, it would make more sense that Rendon got a turn and not Cobalt, but I'm not. I say I'm not changing it because I can't be asked. The Drow is going to cast Fairy Fire. No, he's already done that today. He can't do that. Instead,
Ha!
he is
What are you
going
using?
to...
Die.
He is going to throw up a darkness centered on Dawnbringer to lower the level of the sunlight.
Does that
Uh,
work?
Which one of them's
That's
casting this?
Maybe not. That's maybe not, okay. As I explained this last week, the darkness rules are weird. The way I'm justifying it in this way is that the darkness spell basically, I believe, it lowers a light level.
Does yeah.
So just to make it easier, I'm just saying that Dawnbringer is still basically providing light. It's just no longer providing sunlight. It's basically dimmed the light, so to speak.
Okay.
Right, it's always providing sunlight. It's just only doing dim light now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So the sunlight has gone to dim light. Just because its light rules are weird, and it's just easy to do it this way.
Although for the record, it's still considered sunlight.
It's
No, that's what I'm saying. It's got rid of the sunlight condition. That's what I'm saying. This darkness is doing. That's all it's doing. Like quite legitimately, it's. Bearing in mind the idea of sunlight isn't the like UV and all the scientific things you're thinking of there. It's the brightness of it. Like sun is bright.
Okay.
So that's all the Drow can do is on his turn. Eldith.
Now, Drow eyes are just really, really, really sensitive to UV. That's all it is.
Yes, that's the. Although
If they get too much vitamin D, they'll burst into flames.
weirdly,
What,
the
the
fact they're
vampires?
dark skinned makes absolutely no sense because the reason we have humans that have dark skin is because it makes them more resistant to not UV but something else. Wait, no, it is more resistant to
It
UV.
is UV.
Yeah, the thing I was thinking of is what is in their skin that makes them resistant to UV.
Melanin.
Yeah, it makes no sense that Drow are black. I don't know.
Well, you see, it's because of magic.
That is fair. That's a fair assumption. So, Eldith swings her Warhammer, misses once, hits once. She does 8 points of damage to Spider. Stool is still taking dodge. Turvey is still just backed up, ready to attack if someone gets close, but not really willing to go into the fight himself. Drow Spider is going to back away from Eldith again. Provoking attack opportunity.
Make it dead.
Hit. He was really hoping his high C would pay off. Fortunately, it's only 1 damage. As he kind of backs away from the attack, it only
Eldith.
grazes against him. He then fires again at Eldith. That is 21, that's going to hit. That is 10. He's also going to have Hunter's Marked her this time, so that's 12. Which means Eldith is very low right now. She's looking very injured. Quite frankly, she is on 1 hit point.
That's unfortunate.
Fortunately, being a dwarf, she resists the poison. Come on, your turn. This guy just dimmed your sword.
He has wronged me on.
He's looked quite smug about it.
He has wronged me on a religious level.
Mm-hmm.
He dies now.
That's fair.
You hope.
Boy, I sure hope I don't miss.
Like he is again just holding himself together here. He is
16.
his own like sewn together wound. That's a hit. Which, quite frankly, considering he's on 1 hit point, means he's dead.
Sure.
Suddenly, the cavern once more, or the tunnel once more, fills with sunlight as the drow's death causes the spell to fade. Dawnbringer once more glows.
I point my sword at the drow priestess and say, "You're next, heathen."
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to use your movement at all?
No.
Okay.
I want them to run from me, Beanie. I want them to run
Do
from
you
me.
not want to kill the heretics?
I do.
Ah,
Oh
What
man,
have
the
you
corridor
done?
just got wider.
It's got very Christian all of a sudden.
No,
I don't know
you
why.
created a cross.
I don't know why I didn't realize that was going to happen.
You created a cross of all of your heresy.
I mean,
Oh,
you
man,
can
now
just
they've-
hold Control Z, but
It's
I'll
been a really
fix
long day,
it.
guys.
That's it.
It's been a really long day. There we go. What? No,
Oh,
you're...
no.
It's got
map
shit.
tools.
You broke it.
Oh damn it! I was in the middle of
I
doing
guess
something
we
there.
relaunch then.
Yeah. Getting a load of errors on
Well,
the
Are we?
should
I'm
be
still
able
on the
to
server.
save the-
Oh no, there it goes. Yep, never mind.
Okay, I'm going to have to restart map tools on my end. as
Say,
well.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
do
ton of
anything anyway,
errors.
so...
oh god, this is all
I
just
keep
breaking
getting
on
an
me.
error thrown up.
Yeah, I get it.
BRB.
You just have to close it and open it again.
Fuck off. There we go.
Yeah, it's going to keep
Go
coming up
away.
over and over and over again.
Even when I'm trying to close it, it's there we go. it's
Yeah,
closed.
like no, you can't close it. There's an error. Like I know that's why I'm trying to close it.
Yes.
It's when there's an error bringing up an error.
It's like my old
Error,
laptop.
too much errors. Okay,
My old
fuck's sake,
laptop
game.
would constantly freeze, so I'd have to open the task manager, which would then freeze. So I'd have to open another instance of the task manager just to close the first instance of the task manager. So I could open the task manager to close the thing that froze. And then it would
Yes.
chain like that forever.
Kidding me?
What?
Yes.
The campaign may have become corrupted.
What?
Oh.
Error while reading campaign file. Fuck's sake, map tools. I will have to remake that.
It's not the end of the world. It's not like
It's not. It's just going to take
Just
me
think, Beanie,
second.
now all your pretty pictures are pretty again.
That's true.
We
But
have
those
to
three
fix
pictures probably
that.
aren't going to be on there because I'm not going to bother importing them all.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Um,
if you did have the pretty pictures, we would need to fix them to make them prettier.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'll start a server.
Everything looks prettier when it has 1,000 eyes.
You should be alright just to join. Oh, for God's sake, that's annoying.
is it the same stuff as before? Same server?
Yeah,
info?
that's all the same. Server stuff's still the same.
Cool.
Oh, someone's got Wrath of the Righteous campaign.
Server not found.
Just do it again. I had the
Try
same
again.
problem. Just do it again.
Oh, okay.
It's
cool.
because I said as I was loading up that I was doing it, so
Oh,
you
we're
probably
doing this.
joined as I was loading.
We're on grass now.
Well, I'm not. I'd rather get the battle done than mess around making the cracked mud and
I'm going
salt.
to delete this, I just want to check something.
So wait, that's a bit thicker so you can actually see
Oh,
it.
damn it!
What?
All the campaign properties are gone, which means all the token properties are gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate side effect.
Who's
we'll
making a
sort that
complete
out another
mess?
point. What you mean on the map?
Yeah.
As I say, I'm not spending ages doing this. I'm just trying to get rid of that bloody thing. Oh, fuck's sake.
You can edit undo. Don't forget.
I know. I just couldn't be. I don't know. All right. Tokens.
Good job, whoever did that.
Well done. You're helping a lot.
Bear in mind that they're all just about to die, apart from like the two below us. So.
Yeah, but we do need to know positions and stuff.
I was gonna say, yeah. Also, you're assuming a lot.
Assumptions
No,
make an ass
One
out
of
of you and
them
your options.
is dead. You
The
guys-
secret is, as soon as we kill all of them, they become not dead. And it turns out they're all actually demon lords. Trapped inside the bodies of drow. Trapped inside the bodies of demon lords.
if you can remember whereabouts you were.
Don't remember exact distances is the problem.
That's where I was in relation to Kamar and
I know
the.
kind of the distance. It's
to the
just
one.
measured out
Yeah.
for sunlight.
I think I was about here. I think these two were about here.
I think they were a fair bit closer.
Don't worry, guys. We'll be get rid of the BRB thing in a minute.
because they weren't. They're about 10 feet out of his 30-foot range, I think. So they were in range, and they moved about 10 feet back. So that should be about there. Brent was there.
I think the priestess was 5 foot closer towards me. I think.
Yes, she was.
Also, they were a lot closer than that.
Was there? No, they were a bit further away. They were that.
That's where Kamal was.
Turvey. If that's not where Kamal was, because they were further away from Kamal than that.
That's how close he was in relation to me, at least.
And I don't know if we want to put the corpse back in as well. But
you're a bit further forward than you were. Flint had stepped forward to attack, as had Eldif, so that's where it's off there.
That looks right.
Turvey was there. Stool. Sorry about this, folks. Lots of technical issues because can't help not being. Stool's there. Is that, am I missing anybody? Is that everybody?
unless you want to put
Eldif's
Eldif,
there.
unless you want to put the corpse in, the thing I guy just killed.
We can manage about that. It doesn't really add anything to the combat. All right, so we're fixed. We've done it.
That looks very different, but
Kamar's
just quickly putting things back together.
The drought actually broke the server. Well done. And the campaign. Well done, Mike.
I mean, let's be honest. Deep down, we all knew that Kamal would break the campaign.
Oh, Renlin is, for what it's worth, prone, but it's your turn now, and I'm assuming you're going to stand up.
Well, it depends. How easy is it for me to see the priestess from here?
You ruined my macros.
You basically, while you're prone, you're kind of looking between Kamar's legs to see her. So she's basically got half cover of Kamar in the way.
Fine, I'll move then. I'll get up, I'll move, and then take him a shot. Hold on.
Who ruined?
No, I'll just leave it at that. 13.
What are you talking about, ruined?
My amazing alliteration.
Did you say that's a hit?
Yep.
Ruined. Kinky butt sex.
14 damage.
Kinky butt sex never ruins anything, Fel.
14 damage.
Ruins my amazing alliteration.
So,
It made it so much better.
a green orb
With
flies
adulteration.
once more from Renlin's hand and
Yes!
smashes against the already hideously injured priestess, who is flung backwards from the force of it, and there's a cracking sound as her head hits the floor. She is very much, well, at the very least, let's say not conscious.
I did say she was
Hold on
next.
her
Death
face.
down for reasons.
I did say she was next. I just didn't say I was going to kill her.
You doing anything else, Laurie?
No, it's my turn.
Okay.
It's my
Anwar.
full movement as well. Excuse me.
Anwar is going to not phase through the wall.
Okay.
I'm going to take a shot at the Drow Elite Warrior.
Okay.
Guy on the left.
Yeah, this
Oh
guy.
god.
Roll your attack.
What's it reset, didn't it? So.
21.
Oh, come on.
21 is a hit.
You can do this.
Cool.
There we go.
For what it's worth, because I forgot to say anything, I'll just say this was just a normal shot.
I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to do the thunder shots.
It
Does
costs
say
a bonus action,
Oh, does it? Oh, fair enough.
I think.
I mean, what else are you going to use?
Just in case
such
anyone
for?
actually turns up and
That's
goes,
fine.
why does
I'm
this
more
look
than
like
fine
that?
with you saying
That
you-
tool's
As
broke.
I said before, though, I am going to, especially in subterranean tunnels, I am going to bear in mind that you are using a very loud method of attack.
Oh, I know. That's the
Apparently,
thing. No, you don't understand. It's okay. I'm stealthy.
apparently,
It's not the stealth that's the issue.
16 damage.
Okay.
I was going to say, apparently, my Alpha Tool 5 brocked.
I
don't even know where you got the alpha tool for. Anyway,
The T looks like an alpha, the S looks like a 5. and the
Anyway.
T looks like a T.
yes, as Anwar, you let off your cannon once more, and again the entire tunnel shakes with the vibration of the sound. However, the bullet does strike true and slams through the Drow's left arm.
Maybe he's shooting with vibranium.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I invented vibranium.
Isn't the whole point of I know this is a massive tangent. Isn't the point of vibranium that it doesn't vibrate?
Yes, exactly right. It absorbs sound effectively.
Yeah.
No,
So,
no, but you don't understand. This had nothing to do with sound. Magic propelled it.
Hey,
Sure thing, buddy.
Sure,
It
move
was
on.
propelled by magic, Mike.
Yes,
Magic,
Magic
Mike.
created basically a miniature fireball in your weapon. A very loud fireball.
Yeah, a very loud fireball, which was awesome.
There's a reason it's
Man,
called a
if only
thunder
there
cannon.
was some sort of science that could do
Links.
that.
Charges
Science?
forwards.
What's a science?
Science, that's heresy.
No, it's not.
I know.
flings his pick forwards towards the drow, but again, the drow brings his sword around and just knocks the pick away. The drow is then going to, let's see.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, don't come closer.
Oh, that's exactly what you should do.
No, run further away. I want to hit you with my sword. Did I do it right?
Fight me, if you dare.
Drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword. I don't even know what that's a meme from. Like, I know the meme.
Warhammer 40k.
Warhammer.
Is it 40k? Yeah, makes sense.
All right. The drow, elite warrior, seems to like as the priestess falls, his disposition changes massively, and in a furious roar, he screams.
That's a clicky scream right there.
Sorry, I'm really tired. I'm trying to think what he would say here.
Please don't kill me. Have mercy.
Nope.
I'm
Also, making me laugh makes it take me longer to think fucking stuff.
The things we do in Sacrifice for Entertainment.
You better hope these bastards kill you, because if you get out of this alive, the mistress is going to have you sacrificed. And he's saying this obviously to the mercenary to his side, and he is then going to say, at the very least, hold them off while I escape, and is going to run away because he realizes he's not going to win this fight.
So in other words, he tells the other guy that, hey, if you run away, you'll die. But I won't!
Yeah,
You there, peasant, die fighting my wars.
Basically, yes.
Why is it that the
it
drows
was
are just complete cowards?
I mean,
You mean drowards?
Yeah, the drowards, yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome to think that. He has his very good reasonings for not wanting to, die. And Flint is going to catch him with a pick, with his pickaxe before he flees. However, 7 damage. But that's the only attack that gets off as the drow then rushes down the corridor.
Oh no! What do we do?
No. Yeah.
Do murder.
So he is effectively gone.
Do crime.
No. I need to know exactly how far away he is here, Beanie.
He just spent 60 feet of movement.
So how far
from
away is
Flint,
he?
So he would have been 30 feet away from you, so he's just gone 90 feet away from you. Do I need to keep him on the map?
He's 90 feet away from me at the moment. He
That
doesn't
is-
stay on the map.
Okay.
Yeah, that is actually a doable distance with some spells and
It is.
range attacks.
Wait, he's still in range of me, I just won't be able to see him anymore.
I can see him, and he's in range of me.
Wait, don't you have dark vision?
Phil, don't worry, I'll-
Yeah. 60
actually,
feet.
that's a very good point. You can't see him, Phil. Would that make a difference, sir?
How far did we decide Dawnbringer was?
60 feet total.
It's
60
60
feet
feet.
including-
It's 60 feet. It's 30
How
and
much
30.
is light?
Light is 20 foot both ways, so 40 total.
40 total.
So he is not. If you're based on either low light vision or just normal light. But if you're based on normal light without low light vision, then you can't see him.
Wait, am I being dumb? Where's Cobalt on this thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. Never mind.
I moved him down for measurements.
Measuring distance.
Yeah.
Right.
With him out of your sight range, he's dissipated into the darkness.
Boo.
Cobalt,
I
it's
mean,
your turn. Speaking of,
Just letting you know, I'm gonna try and use one of my shiny new abilities next turn on that guy.
Is it called run,
Have you
run,
slept
run,
yet,
run
though?
fast?
Because if you just leveled up, you wouldn't have it yet.
Well, that's up
Unless
to me
it's
to
a
decide
physical
whether or not
ability, I
it's
think.
not- it's a-
abilities that you would restore by long rests, you don't get until you've done a long rest.
yeah, so it's my new feat charger. So
Well, that's not a thing like that. So no, that's
Yeah.
fine.
like oh boy, dead.
Oh well.
Because Kamara's all about this.
Now, brown cow?
What'd you call me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, bitch.
How dead's that guy looking?
Not hugely. He's looking more worried than dead at this point.
Yeah, give it a turn.
Like
Mhm.
like what you were joking about before with him saying, fight my battle for me peasant. That it doesn't look like he's going to run. It looks like he's legitimately going to do that. He fears what consequence might befall him if he doesn't.
You'd rather die to us than be
Guiding
sacrificed.
bolt him.
Yes.
Does being sacrificed involve breaking his kneecaps? Because we can make them so much worse for
Being
him.
sacrificed can involve many
No.
different things depending on the deity you're sacrificing to.
No.
Once more, your guiding bolt fires into the distance, and although this guy's worried, he still is very much aware of his surroundings and does dodge to the side as it hits the wall.
It wasn't very well guided then, was it?
Yeah, like for a spell called Guiding Bolt, it's surprisingly easy to miss with.
No, it's guiding,
It's
not
guiding, not guided. That's the thing. That's the problem. You need to get guided.
Exactly the same thing there.
Yep.
Eldeth.
Guided bolt, also known as
Moves
magic missile.
forwards, swings
Eldeth.
one or twice.
Buddy, you're in.
Misses both times.
You're in my way now.
Stool dodges. Turvy readies. Spider. He is
I
going.
mean, you can still charge.
Yeah, that's up to Beanie whether or not I'm allowed to charge through two people.
You can.
You can, but it's more the fact that you'd have
No,
to
one person, I
charge
guess.
and then be side by side with him. That'd be a bit odd.
You can run. You can do a slash run.
I guess
you-
you could hit him as you run past.
The charger is specifically fairly. I forget the word I'm looking for, but not particularly detailed. Unlike
Vague?
charge from previous systems, vague. That's it, and that's what D&D 5th is. It is vague, and that's kind of what makes it such a nice system to DM. So I'm actually completely okay
It's
with
adaptable.
saying that's enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
World of
So
Warcraft,
it's fine.
World of Darkness has been
Going
getting away with that
to-
shit for years.
Mm.
Making this purposely vague so you can do what the fuck you want. For
And
storytelling.
then everyone takes larceny and
He does-
nothing else.
And then everyone
does back
ruined
up
it
again.
for everyone else.
Provoking attacks. That's 2 misses. He then brings his crossbow up again and takes a shot at Eldith.
Shots.
Of
That is
Red
a.
Eldith body.
So that's a miss.
150 proof whiskey.
150
Eldith
proof.
brings his shield up,
150
and
proof.
passes the crossbow bolt aside.
I
Uh,
don't think it's possible.
As the worried drow seems to be stumbling in his attacks. Come on.
And then I make him
Yeah,
bow.
the space. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, roll your attack.
You can do it.
Okay, so I don't get any pluses to the hit.
No,
But
you just get +5 to the damage.
yep. Nat
That's a
20.
Mhm.
crit.
Nat
Alright.
20.
Nice.
Okay, so for to mark the occasion, I'm also going to smite him for funsies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I double the dice, don't I?
Mhm.
So that will in fact be
But not of the
60
smite, I don't think.
68 plus 10 is what it's going to be.
For what it's worth, although smite doesn't go off when you've rolled, you do need to state it before you roll, I believe.
No,
No, it's not.
No,
It's
you
when
roll. You specifically state whether you use it after you've rolled, made the attack roll.
Oh, fair enough. Oh yeah, when you hit. Okay, I was just thinking 'cause that's fairly broken with crits, but okay, if it's in
No, that's the whole thing. Is that
Yep.
one of the things that paladins do really well is that they nova really well. Where you go,
So, unless I'm misunderstanding this entirely,
Yeah, but the
I'm
smite
actually
does
rolling.
itself doesn't crit though, does it?
yeah, it does.
It does.
Oh wow, okay.
double all dice.
So, unless I'm misreading the situation, this is in fact 68 plus 10 damage.
Okay,
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'll believe you. I've not got the stuff in front of me, so I can't check it.
27 damage after all that.
So Matt,
Same as the roll.
150 proof would be about 75% alcohol content.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That would
Yeah,
knock
sure,
you the
That's
fuck
not
out.
legal.
it's also
Feels
something you can buy. You can buy for 130 proof easily.
Mike, what's your
130 proof.
what's your
That's
strength?
65%.
70.
Yeah, 65 you can, but I feel higher than that you
Yeah,
start
70.
getting into.
So, come on. You
Well,
rush
that's
down the
actually getting
corridor.
outside of sight now, isn't it? Yeah.
and
Map tools broke.
leap into this.
Gotta keep that in line of sight there.
Dawnbringer between you and him, using the full weight of your body to.
We did
send
have
this
all the
going
detail up
straight
there,
into
but
his stomach and out of his back.
well, map tools crashed.
He coughs blood on you as you're brought close to each other, and as you pull your blade out, he kind of stumbles down to one knee because yet again you've reduced the enemy to 1 hit point.
For fuck's sake.
This is just
There you go, Phil.
happening.
68
this
plus
encounter.
10 damage. Nothing.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's just
I
a
just
terrible
posted
roll as well. Like 17 for 68 is terrible.
Yeah. it
Is he dead though?
24 is the
In the
average.
chat.
Hmm?
No, Stinger's posted something, Phil.
Anything else? That's actually all your actions and your bonus, and you went. Unless
Can I take a free action to spit on him?
no, unfortunately, that's an attack action.
What?
I'm enforcing this as a rule to kind of just. 'Cause I feel like Kamar's getting a little too offensive, so we've got to put a bit of.
I think it's not getting offensive enough.
How much damage does spitting on someone do?
It does mental damage.
It
'Cause
does
I
a
will-
lot.
I will gladly kill someone by spitting on them.
1d4 psychic.
It's basically a free vicious mockery. Yeah, it's the same joke that Laurie just made.
1d4 damage. Cool, I'll do that next turn.
Rendon, your turn.
If he's alive,
Which is
maybe.
better
Yeah, but
to actually get a
Sorry.
line of sight on him?
See,
Matt,
either way, you've got
Yeah,
half
yeah.
cover against you.
Matt, you notice
Yeah.
how very clear in the description it says it's not available in several countries because of its alcohol content.
Yeah, also.
How
notice
damaged
this
does
is
he
a
look?
UK
Guys,
website.
can we? It's got to be
It's
the
priced
point
in
where I
pounds.
can't hear people over you guys talking about this. Can we focus on the game? I'm tired enough about.
If you've got something else to talk about, you just type it in chat.
Mm.
Anyways, how damaged does he look?
He's on what? He's quite literally on 1 hit point. Like he's down to 1 knee.
Oh, I was
He
gonna
is
say,
barely able to even breathe. He's
'cause
grasping as if
he's got half cover. I was like, well, I could always, seeing as we mentioned the whole D4 thing, I'm gonna vicious mockery.
He
It's
gets a
like,
wisdom save.
you won't escape us, coward.
What's your DC?
It is now 14.
He is not proficient in that, so that means that's a hit.
So he's dead.
So as he falls to the floor, barely managing to escape the hideous sword wound, Renlin charges up and tells him that he won't escape. At which point, there's a pop of blood as one of his eardrums just bursts, and he just falls to the floor dead.
It's like, half cover? Oh, I guess I'll just shout at him and be rude. Hey, it worked.
Vicious Mockery is one of my favourite spells just for that kind of...
That was my victory.
If it's a drow, is it more like your mum was a very nice person? It's like, oh god.
And with that, I'm actually going to draw a session to an end because I'm getting tired and I don't know what it is, but I'm just exhausted tonight.
Also,
I'm
the
gonna
map
say-
tools broke, so we've lost all our lovely art.
Also true, which is partially broken.
I'm gonna say that I take full credit for killing that guy, and he just died due to hemorrhaging.
You can't say that, but you'd be wrong.
Little
To be
delay.
fair, all you heard from Rendon was just him insulting the guy. You don't necessarily know
Exactly,
that's a spell. So
Yeah,
anyway,
there you go.
thank you for watching, folks. I'm going to end my stream.
Thank you very much.
and
But yes.
sort out XP off camera. Bye.
So yeah, goodbye everybody, but that's it, we're done. I'm going to put that up, even though technically it's the other way around, but yeah. Of course, people are tired, and Mapswell's broke, so we're going to end the stream nice and early there at nearly 2 hours. So thanks all for watching. The next stream should be actually on Sunday. We'll be playing some Divinity Original Sin. That's the first one with me and Beanie. So thanks for watching, and good night.